taking you to the heart of the Karoo and the Lormar Endurance, a small race with a huge heart. It is something special. Have a look at this.
To organise events like this, I mean, people will probably see 2 or 3 staff running around here, but in essence, it's about 40 staff members from the Lormar Endurance team. They're really bringing all the locals in to make this work. I mean, we have to transport 140 tents, 250 odd mattresses. So I mean, from Lormar Endurance side, they provide us all that infrastructure to get the best for the riders. And obviously the farm is the best routes that's set out. We don't call it single track, we call it sheep track.
We're gonna lie lepeltjie tonight.
We started the event 4 years ago with the main goal of promoting the local hospitality and showing people what the Karoo has to offer. The tour is basically hosted over 3 days and 2 different towns we're traveling to. We start the first day in Middelburg, Eastern Cape on a farm, Fairview farm. It starts off with a 20-kilometer night race. We want to show the riders just to get a bit relaxed, just get into the mood, show them what the hospitality has to offer. We have spit bries, and we just get everyone into the great vibe. We have a live band playing, and yeah, that's to get everyone started.
The area is famous for its purebred Arabian horses. Spectacular sight, 100 of them storming through the farm. And then it was the night ride, a 22-kilometer stage 1. Absolutely beautiful setting, isn't it? We all dream about riding in the wide-open Karoo. Here's the opportunity, it seems like. It's got the hashtag Ultimate Karoo Experience, because at the end of it, you come back and have Karoo lamb spit brie, but you've got to earn it. You've got to ride with the lights first. There were a few races because there was something in the pot for those guys and girls, but mainly it was an opportunity to experience this incredible part of the world. Make sure your light's working when you take on those bridges. The end of the night ride signaled the start of the evening's festivities. And plenty of fantastic local hospitality for the meal overnight to prepare for day 2, stage 2. And a cool start to the morning, as is quite often the case at this time of the year in the Karoo. But the sun would certainly play a role. The farm bell sent them on their way, 70 kilometers through the beautiful Compasberg, heading towards Nieu Bethesda. A special day on the bike.
The tour started with a mere 15 riders 4 years ago. This year we've stopped, we kept it at 240 riders, we just couldn't take any more. So our plans for next year is obviously to host 2 back-to-back events to accommodate the riders. Both of the tours will give riders the same great experience. The first one will be the farm trail and the second one will be the sheep trail that we'll be hosting in 2017.
So 2 options in 2017 to look forward to, and by the looks of it, it's gaining popularity very, very quickly indeed. And for good reason as well. JC Visser and Billy Stelling, the 2 riders who'd slipped away from the rest of them. Billy just greeting the Waterpoint staff, and they were preparing to welcome more riders. Oranges, potatoes, vet cook sisters, the lot. It was a team event as well. David McKeown and Ken Prentice for Solo-Wise going well at the head of proceedings amongst the teams. And some of the riders coming to grips with the non-too technical, but nonetheless beautiful single track in amongst the trees. Samantha Ostace and Marlene de Bont riding together as well.
We try to encourage more families to our events. We have a mini version of the event as well. That's every day is about half of the distance of the main event. So I mean that gives you the new upcoming riders or small kids, or your son is starting or daughter starting to ride with them, and just to get them through that first stage race before they maybe move on to a next bigger level. But that said, we do have a couple of guys that would like to race, and yes, we obviously have 10,000 Rand prize money towards the guys that would really like to race and show what they got.
I found like a little baby just lying on the side of the road having a diaper change, so I thought I'd better stop. And I thought it was my baby. But yeah, having a very good day. It was quite tough out there with the wind, but it's magical. It's really a great experience.
Where are we now?
We're in Nieu Bethesda now. I've never been here, so I'm not quite sure where on the map to show you where it is. But apparently it's a beautiful little town, and looking forward to doing the pub crawl this afternoon and having some beer.
Wonderful, Charisse Stander and Benno and young Thomas Burry, their son, enjoying the sun.
Yeah, the night we have a big Karoo beef steak braai. Obviously our involvement with Karoo beef in the tour, they supply us with literally a ton of meat every year to feed all the riders.
It's a privilege for us to be part of giving back to the communities in this area, and to promote this area as well. There's a lot of guys that come from far to enjoy the scenery and the hospitality of these great people in the Karoo.
I mean, even the team of Karoo beef guys come out to braai the actual steaks for the riders, just to give it that extra feeling and just a feeling of appreciation towards them.
It looks like the sort of place you don't really want to leave, particularly with a beer in your hand. Plenty to celebrate after a wonderful first day's ride. Hot coffee in the morning. It's another chilly start ahead of the third and final stage of the Lormar Endurance for 2016.
The last day takes us back to the first venue of Fairview Farm, going through another nature reserve. We have literally placed a bet on, if you don't see any game or any animals on the road, the beer is on us for your next tour. You're guaranteed to see some great stuff on the road. The last day on the farm, we take the riders up for a sunset cruise on the tractor, just giving them a nice time to relax before they have to get back to the busy city and get back to normal work.
In fact, weather conditions were not entirely typical of the Karoo. An extra layer was needed, an extra caution. You don't want to run into one of those. Well, you might think the Karoo is just flat. There's some very long climbs, and equally some long, flat, wide open roads as well. The perfect antidote to some of the more hectic mountain bike stage races around. At one with nature, at one with your bike. And a real escape from the big city. Where the name Lormar comes from, well, in 1965, an Arabian thoroughbred named Lorraine of Kismet riding stud won the grueling 127-mile horse marathon between Hanover to Aar and Richmond in this part of the world. Well, hence the name Lormar. And it's a celebration of the same sort of journey. And Shell Hanger among the finishers on the final day.
Excellent. I loved it being at Nieu Bethesda. Was it Nieu Bethesda? Awesome. Awesome. I can never say it, but what an awesome place.
Samantha and Marlene are home and the hose done and dusted. What an incredible ride this looks.
I haven't had so much fun in the last year or 4 years maybe. It's been so much fun. And the beer is awesome and the people are great and everybody helps each other. And it's just, even my bad English comes through here too.
Lots of meat, beers, cool people just out enjoying their mountain biking. like it should be. It's a soulful experience. Highly recommended.